I didn't know if anyone was in Anybody else for the healing book before we start? No?
You didn't touch that.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. On behalf of DLSE Board and Directors, my name is Tasha Dickey, and I welcome you to Divine Light Spiritualist Church. If you are new to DLSE or haven't been here for a while, we welcome all of you. Anyone with a mobile phone, please make sure it is on silent or off, please. Today, our speaker is Lorraine Morton. Our prayer persons are Lee Rhodes and Katie McNichol. Please note that our opinions of our speakers reflect their own beliefs, and our speakers and mediums work with spirit in their own individual way. DLSC is not responsible for what our speakers and mediums say. This includes our own ministers and ministerial students. I now call on Lee to say our opening prayer.
Divine Spirit, thank you for each and every day you have blessed us here on earth. Thank you for your tender mercies. Thank you for giving us friends and family to share joys and sorrows with. We ask you to bless our friends, relatives, brothers and sisters, and those we care deeply for, and I also ask that you bless those present here today. Where there is joy, give continued joy. Where there is pain or sorrow, give peace and mercy. Where there is self-doubt, release a renewed confidence. Where there is need, fulfill those needs. Bless our homes, families, finances, our goings and our comings. I ask this in the name of the Most High, Divine Spirit. This service is now left in your loving care. Amen.
Let's say the Lord's Prayer now together, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Inside the cover of our songbook, you'll see our 7 principles. Let's say them now, please. We believe in the fatherhood of God, the brotherhood of man, the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels, the continuous existence of human soul, personal responsibility, compensation and retribution hereafter for all the good and evil deeds done on earth, and eternal progress open to every soul. Let's sing our first song, My Sweet Lord. Page 26. When you're ready, please stand.
And just, okay. And I was going to ask Tasha too. Okay.
Now it is time for spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is the most divine aspect of our service. I ask you to refrain from having a conversation with another during our healing part of the service. We'll say the first stanza in unison, and then I'll read the names in our healing book. We'll then have a moment of silence, and we'll say the second stanza. In our moment of silence, mentally add anyone that is in need of healing, plus those in our healing book. For those who wish a healing, please come to the stools when the healers are ready. For those who do not wish a healing, this time gives you the opportunity to meditate. If you know of anyone who needs a spiritual healing, you may receive a healing for them. This form of healing is also effective. First stanza now, please. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. James, Richard, John, Edwina, James, Bill, Donna, Cindy, Megan, Rick, Harry, Louis, what is the first one? Niall, Zane, Dennis, Heather, Mike, Pam, Lori, Nathan, Kayla, Ted, Andy, Helen, Loviel, Joel, Candace and family, Tasha and family, Amanda and family, Michelle, Alex, Cheyenne, Peter, Lindsay, Oliver, Lincoln, Chase, Isabel, Jana and Nick, Dion, Kamalini, Karen and family, and on our soul production list we have Liam and Sandra. Now for a moment of silence, please. Second stanza now, please. I ask the great unseen healing force to help both present and past ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in love and the power of God. Our spiritual healing students are now in their practice stage of their training. If you receive a healing from a student healer, they may approach you after service to fill out a survey of a healing you received. Please fill this out for them. Our healers today are Jess, Janine, Katie, and Steve. I ask you to come forward now, please.
Infinite Mother, Father God, and cosmic healing forces, may thy limitless healing energies flow through all who sat on our healing stools. May it also flow through those whose names are in our healing book, and to those that we mentally thought of that's in need of healing. The healing Christ is with them. Angelic forces of healing attend them and minister to every need of body, mind, and emotion. The healing power is now flowing. Thanks be to God. We now know that wonderful blessings have been received and will continue in accord with God's will. Amen.
Our next song is I Can See Clearly Now on page 35. When you find it, please stand.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Okay, now it's time for our inspirational talk. Lorraine Morton. Lorraine began her journey at the church in 2018. She is listening to a calling to becoming a minister and following the calling of her from her heart that has been there as long as she can remember. She is currently in the DLSC's ministerial course and was studying previously with Reverend Barbara at DLSF. She is a member of a 12-step spiritual program that has helped her grow and understand who and what she wants out of life. She carries an attitude of gratitude and has learned that her desire is to be authentically loved and to give back what has been so freely given to her. All please welcome Lorraine Morton. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, if you haven't been told today, I love you. I'm gonna just move some things. something small. And yes, I can see clearly now. I couldn't a number of years ago. And I'm going to start off at the end of my story and go forward. And that is, I live in gratitude. And this piece of prose is by Melody Beattie. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It turns problems into gifts, failures into success, the unexpected into perfect timing, and mistakes into important events. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. And I have found over my life gratitude. I come from a family of 5. I have two older brothers. One passed, it'll be 2 years this November. And I have one brother still living. And it was very different in my home because they were 5 and 6 years older, so I kind of grew up like an only child. And not understanding where my parents came from, and I don't mean geologically, I mean their background and what they lived in. They kind of wrapped me in cotton batting and sort of sat me on a shelf, and I was there, but I wasn't allowed to make choices. I didn't know how to live. They made all the choices for me. I was never allowed to do things. I mean, I grew up as a kid a teenager in the 60s, through all the things that were going on in the 60s, and I never really partook of a lot of that because I wasn't allowed to, because don't you know that it just takes you to sex and drugs and all this kind of stuff. So I was never allowed to do a lot of things. And I started to, as a young person, have resentment, and this whole rock in the pit of my stomach that just, it grew and it grew, and I grew to hate my mother because she was the one that instilled the enforcement in the house. And I kind of laugh about that now because she was little, 5'4", and if she broke 110, 20 pounds, she was lucky. And here I was, this big kid, and if she said jump a foot, I would jump 2 feet just to make sure I was in her good graces. And Mother, I love you. My father was very passive person. He was sort of in the background of my growing up. I remember my dad as go to work, watch the news at 11 o'clock, go to bed. On the weekend, it was work in the garden, cut the grass. And we had 1.25 acres of property, so it seemed by the time he got finished here, he was starting and finished over here, he was starting all over again. So that's sort of how I saw my dad in the dynamics of my home. And I remember some things taking place in my home, and my father saying to me, don't you know if you don't behave, and believe me, I was a kid that behaved, like, I didn't really step out of step in my home. But he said, if you don't realize, behave, and you're gonna drive your mother crazy. And I took all this stuff in and I took it to heart because that is the type of person I am. If Steve was to cry, I would cry too, because I would take that on. You know, even watching TV, something happened on TV. I'd sit there and bawl my eyes out and feel for them and how can I fix it? I was a fixer, wanted to fix everybody, didn't know how to fix myself. So going on, I didn't know too much about life, and at 14, this young man came into my life, and it was kind of cool. I would spend nights at my girlfriend's. We'd sleep outside in the tent, and I'd wake up and he'd have these cute little poems pinned to my pillow, and I thought this was really nice. And then something happened with him, and was too scared to tell my mom, and I stayed with him for 4 years because he was showing me the attention that I wasn't getting at home. And I'm going to read this. Even though there are days I wish I could change some things that happened in the past, there's a reason the rear view mirror is so small and the windshield is so big. Where you're headed is much more important than what you've left behind. And that's talking about the windshield in your car. You just need to focus on what's coming ahead. And
Thanks for that.
Thank you. That's, I guess God telling me I'm doing okay. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say hi, Bonnie, because she's watching. She can't be here today. Anyway, then I got out there in life and I started working, and I started my working career at the age of 16, and I was working as a hairdresser. And while I was working there, I took a lot from this woman. She wasn't very nice, and anyway, I left her and I started working for this other lady, and they decided that I needed to have a man in my life, and I met my first husband, and be careful what you wish for. I wanted always to marry an Englishman, and I did, and that didn't go too well. The only good thing I think that came out of that marriage was that I have my son through that marriage. I had a daughter. She passed away just before she was born. And 11 months later, my son came along. And right when he was born, we broke up because he didn't know how to put the little black book away when he got married. And so I raised that boy on my own. I decided at the age of 6, when he started school full time, that I would go back to school, and if I was to meet somebody, he would be a better person than what I had been married to, and because he's gone back to school, he wants to better himself, and I wanted to finish my high school. So God, in all his wisdom and humor, put this man in my life. And and I can share this because he shares freely himself. He was an alcoholic and a drug addict. And I fell madly in love with this guy, and I was going to fix him because I'm a fixer. Anyway, I will just backtrack a little bit to my upbringing. I was raised in the church, and I had a sound belief in God. It was the people in the church that I had a problem with, because I found a lot of people in the church that after they walked from this side of the door to that side of the door, changed. And that's not the kind of person I am. The person I am is the person you see here, and I'm the same when I walk out that door. And that used to kind of bug my mom, because over the years there were people that did some really bad things, like, you know, Dahmer and Manson and that. And I always, I would debate with my mom, and she would just shut me down. I wonder what happened in their lives to cause them to be that kind of person, to do those kinds of things. You know, I always wondered why. I always had that in me. There had to be something. And that stayed with me all my life, and so in solving the mystery, I had to solve it in myself. So I joined a 12-step program, as was mentioned, and I am a member of Al-Anon. I have been in this 12-step program since 1989, off and on, and I started to grow, and I started to change, and I learned to put my big girl pants on and be a woman, because I was just a little girl in a big girl body. I hadn't grown, and they started to show me some things, but I really gravitated to the spiritual side of the program, and it helped me change because I don't know if you know too much about Al-Anon, but I would say 99.9% of the people in Al-Anon are females, and I really had a hate and mistrust on for women because of some things that my mom had done. And I'm going to share this piece by Albert Camus. He said, "In the midst of hate, I found there was, within me, an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was, within me, an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was, within me, an invincible calm. I realized, through it all, that in the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer. And that makes me happy. For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back." And there was. I started to grow in the program, and I started making a lot of changes. And like I said, I gravitated to the spiritual side of the program. And after I left hairdressing and I started having kids, I didn't work for a number of years, and then when I did go back to work, and just all the things that happened in my life, that the negative things that could have happened to me if I hadn't listened to that gut feeling that, you know, God was talking to me, you know, don't go with that person because something really bad is going to happen. And I had this all my life, and you know, I'd be out of money, and then I'd get a letter from my grandfather, and he had stuffed a few dollars in an envelope and had sent it to me. These wonderful things happened to me, but I didn't have the awareness. I just thought, oh well, you know, I lived in a life of, oh, poor me, why is all this crap happening to me? And it wasn't till I found my 12-step program, and I started the shift in my mind of hooking into the spiritual side of the program and connecting myself with God again and my higher power. We call it higher power in program. You know, it can be, some people have a real problem with God, and I found that in program, like I said, I started to connect to the spiritual side. And I started to grow, and then I met this fella. I started working for the Durham District School Board, and I met this fella there, and he introduced me, oh gosh, I don't care, I'll tell you, I'm 73, so I was 50, I think, when he introduced me first to the Spiritualist Church in Oshawa. And I really felt at home. Something inside me just said, this is where you need to be. These are the people you need to be with. But things happened, and I only went for a short time. And then I went back again, as was said, in 2018. And I really connected with Bonnie and Sharon. And they have been a blessing in my life, as you all have, but they were the ones that really made the change within me. And I've really grown, and I was able to look at things that had happened in my life, why my parents did what they did. It gave me an understanding. It allowed me to look back into the dynamics of my family, where my mother came from, where my father came from. And my mother came from a background of, my grandfather was very physically abusive with my grandmother, so there was that dynamics that she brought into the home. And my father came from a poor family. You know, the kids only wore shoes when they went to school, they ran in bare feet and whatnot. And the two dynamics came together, and my father, he carried a lot with him during World War II. All the Allen boys, they joined the Navy and the Air Force and the Army, but my dad was never allowed to go overseas because of his eyes being so bad. And he carried that with him. He carried that not feeling good enough, and it brought a lot of negativity into the family dynamics with my brothers and my mom and my dad. And I've been able to look at that and work through that and know that they love me the best they could. You know, what is love? What do we need? You know, they put a roof over my head, they put food on the table, they put clothes on my back. My mother used to make all my clothes, you know, a lot, and I used to say, oh, another homemade dress. Well, that was a beautiful thing, you know, for someone to put their time and hard work into doing this for me, you know, and but I didn't have that ability to understand what a wonderful thing that was. And so I'm going to share this. I am the only me I've got. I am unique. There are two major parts of me. There is the inside me and the outside me. The outside me is what you see, the way I act, the image I portray, the way I look, and the things I do. The outside me is very important. It is my message to the world, and much of my outside me is what communicates with you. I value what I have done, the way I look, and what I share with you. The inside me knows all of my feelings and my secrets, ideas, and my many hopes and dreams. Sometimes I let you know a little bit about the inside me, and sometimes it's a very private part of me. Even though there are enormous number of people in this world, no one is exactly like me. I take full responsibility for me, and the more I learn about myself, the more responsibility I am going to take. You see, my me is my responsibility. As I know myself more and more, I find out that I am an okay person. And I'll just stop there. Growing up, I didn't have confidence. I didn't like myself. When I walked by a mirror, I wouldn't look in it. And if I did, I used to swear at myself and call myself names. I've evolved through that. I can look in a mirror and say, I like you, I love you, you are a good person. I've done some good things in life because I am a good person. I have accomplished some things in my life because I am a competent person. I know some special people because I am worth knowing. I celebrate the many things I have done for myself. I've also made some mistakes. I can learn from them. I have also known some people who did not appreciate me. I do not need to keep those people in my life. I've wasted some precious time. I can make new choices. As long as I can see, hear, feel, think, change, grow, and behave, I have great possibilities. And I'm going to grow and love and believe and celebrate because I am worth it. And this, in my spirituality, a lot of my spirit guides are Indigenous people. And this is a piece that I really like. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside me, he said to the boy. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. And I carried that wolf with me for a lot of years. And through coming through here to the Spiritualist Church and through my 12-step program, I am now the other wolf. The other is good, He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? The old Cherokee simply replied, the one you feed. So we are what we take on. If we take on to be angry, we're going to be that angry wolf. We're going to carry all that. And who benefits from that? Not the person you're angry with. I know my husband, he had a habit of starting something before bed, and he would go to bed and fall asleep, bang, just like that. And I would lay in bed and I would just be so angry, and I'd get out of bed and I would be the one that was pacing and not sleeping and whatnot. Till I learned just to look at him and say, okay, let's agree to disagree. And I learned to fall asleep at night. Also, what helps me sleep really well is meditation. And I've really got into meditation, and I find that that has really helped me grow and become a better person. So that's a little bit about who I am, where I want to go, what I want to be. And in a 12-step program, a lot of people that come into that, this is sort of a side bit, they have a problem with God because of where they come through. They haven't learned to accept. They have a lot of negative feelings, and they have the feeling that if there was a God, why did he allow me to go through this? So this is a little conversation that helps you understand how God works. And it's twins' first conversation when they're still inside mommy's tummy. And this is so cute, and it really explains the power of God. In a mother's womb were two babies. One asked the other, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" The other replied, "Why, of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we are here to prepare ourselves for what we will be later." "Nonsense," said the first. "There is no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" The second said, "I don't know, but there will be more light than here. Maybe we will walk with our legs and eat from our mouths. Maybe we will have other senses that we can't understand now." The first replied, "That is absurd. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, ridiculous. The umbilical cord supplies nutrition and everything we need, but the umbilical cord is so short, life after delivery is to be logically excluded." The second insisted, "Well, I think there is something, and maybe it's different than it is here. Maybe we won't need this physical cord anymore." The first replied, "Nonsense. And moreover, if there is life, then why has no one ever come back from there? Delivery is the end of life, and in the after delivery there is nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere." "Well, I don't know," said the second, "but certainly we will meet Mother, and she will take care of us." The first replied, "Mother? You actually believe in Mother? That's laughable. If Mother exists, then where is she now?" The second said, "She is all around us. We are surrounded by her. We are of her. It is her that we live. Without her, this world would not and could not exist." Said the first, "Well, I don't see her, so it is only logical that she doesn't exist." To which the second replied, "Sometimes when you're in silence and you focus and listen, you can perceive her presence, and you can hear her loving voice calling down from above." Maybe this was one of the best explanations to the concept of God. God bless, and thank you for listening. I don't know about you all, but I have goosebumps. Thank you. and I felt myself having a few things to come along with the same, growing up, a couple of the same things, obviously, so that hit a little bit home for me, so thank you. Thank you. I now ask for your material offering, which is a donation towards the upkeep and the ongoing of our church. I ask Kayla to collect this now, please.
Oh, no, I was doing he was.
Anyone else?
Here.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. We give thanks for this material support, and we ask that you bless, prosper, and create miracles for the givers for their contribution and their offering of love. Thy uses and purposes guide us in building wisely and firmly our mansions of spirit in this world and in the next. We ask that the monies received move our church forward in the best way possible. We thank you for continuing to provide the material aspect of it and for keeping our doors open. Thank you. I now call on Reverend Catherine for our announcements.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Gotta change the date on this. It says August 13th. Sunday, 27th of October next week. Our speaker will be Kim Muskrat, and she is an elder in the, please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Anishinaabe Kwe. She's a traditional powwow dancer and pipe carrier. She's an incredible lady, and I'm looking forward to next week's talk. That will be next week at 10:30, right here. Every Sunday we do a sound bowl meditation. So we play 8 sound bowls, and we learn and practice heart rate coherence breathing. And the sound bath will clear and balance your energy, helping you feel peaceful and rejuvenated. And tonight, Negus Medhin will be here with his drumming circle, and that is $20. So that's always an amazing experience. He brings his drums in, and we go on a journey. It's amazing. And this Thursday, I'm doing a past life regression demonstration at 7 p.m. And this Saturday, we have our psychic fair. So that is going to be here. So we start at 10, we finish at 3. We have some amazing readers. I'm gonna post that on the Facebook group, but we have Reverend Karen, Reverend Flo, myself, Reverend Barbara will be coming back to work the psychic fair. So that is going to be amazing. I need volunteers to help run the event. So if anyone's gonna be free on Saturday, let me know. Let myself, Steve, Tasha, Lorraine, no. Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Not Lorraine. Yes, let me know if you can help us out. And next Monday, just put it on your calendar, is our spiritual healing circle that Bonnie does. It's always an amazing experience at 7 p.m. There are things for sale in the cabinets, and there's some more going in for the psychic fair. We have a suggestion box over there. If you have any suggestions for us, please put them in there. Anything else? That's it. Okay. Church member, oh, yes, that's why I have the calendar. Our AGM is going to be November 3rd. So it's annual general meeting. It's a board meeting for the whole church, all of our members, talking about how the church has done through the year and our plans going forward. So that is November 3rd. You do have to be a member to attend that meeting. So that is next November 3rd at, oh look, I didn't put a time, 3 o'clock. All right, church membership is, did I say that already? Church membership is welcomed anytime. Membership covers from January to December. It's only $15 a year. Please see a board member for this. We are a religious body, and we offer a ministerial program. Our ordained ministers have the authority to solemnize marriages, conduct funerals, and naming services. Our website is
www.dlsc.co.
See, it is more than board members saying that. We're also on Facebook, and we stream on YouTube. Thank you for your support and watching and attending our service, for being here this morning. I send you all angels to keep you happy through the week, and little miracles. Little miracles and large miracles. Little miracles that make you smile, and large miracles that make you laugh and dance with happiness. God bless you all with so much love.
Time for another song. We are going to sing Annie's song. It's on page 72. When you find it, please stand.
You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like a mountain in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms. Beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you. Come, love me
It's gonna be, anyway.
Okay. Okay. Now it's time for messages. So we're gonna welcome Lorraine, Steve, Jess, and myself, I guess, so.
Yay!
Yay!
Go you guys.
Go you.
Hey, you're going up.
He always acts like I do.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So Jess, may I come to you? Okay. The minute you put your hands here on my shoulders, it was just like electricity running through me, and I got this vision, and I'm told, I got the vision of a bicycle, and the song that came, Big Wheels Keep on Turning.
Where's Rosemary?
You're seeing the bigger picture now, and keep pushing forward. Okay, and I'll leave that. Are you passing the stick around? Oh, it's my turn?
It's your turn? You don't have anything?
I got nothing.
Okay, I got something. Katie, may I
Oh,
come with you?
don't say that. Spirit will say, oh, you got nothing? Okay.
No, you always have something.
Always have
There's
something. Yeah.
Katie, may I come to you? As I step into your energy, I have this, this woman, she's giving off like ancestral energy, and she's just lovely. She
is in a green dress and she has like this belt on. It's got all these little herbs in it. And she uses them in her healing practice. And she showed me, she was in a room and she's using these hot stones on somebody and she's moving them on their back. And she told me that she has to use these tools and you do not. She says, you do not need to use any tools. The power in your hands is enough. She said she needed the tools to help move the energies where you do not. She said she's so proud of like how you use your healing. And she's just like, look, she says, look how far my generation has come. She says, they don't need tools anymore. She says, it's all in here. So I will leave her love with you and say, God bless.
Norm, may I come to you? All right. I've got your father coming in. Well, you know, he's not a very happy camper, but he's definitely not a happy camper, so I'm gonna try to relay this to you, in a polite way. I mean, he's even presenting himself, like he's showing me, he's like this tall, and we know he's not that tall. And the clothes he's wearing, like he's just all done in black, and he's telling me, stop making excuses, okay? He's saying, as you were growing up, you were taught to walk your talk, okay? And he's saying, you talk inspirationally to everyone you meet, except yourself. He's saying, you need to walk your talk with yourself. And he's proud of you. He's never said that to you before. And he's bringing himself down to almost humbling himself with, and so proud of how you've come through your life, but you're starting to like step back on things and you're questioning things. He's like, you don't need to be questioning things. He keeps saying, you know, walk that talk, be inspirational to yourself, and keep pushing forward. You've made such leaps and bounds, even in just the past year. Leaps and bounds with your life, changed your life, almost a complete 180 flip. And he's saying now's not the time to start stumbling. Keep pushing yourself down that road. It's not an easy road, but he's saying, growing up, did you ever take an easy road? No, you face things head on and just busted through all the obstacles. He's saying, continue to bust through those obstacles. You know, stop making them bigger than what they really are. Just punch through them and keep pushing forward, and stop the stumbling. Be more kind to yourself. I'm going to leave us all with you and say God bless.
What's your name? What's your name? My name? Yeah, Natasha. Natasha, my name's Jessica. May I come to you? Yes. Okay. As I step into your energy, Natasha, I have this gentleman here, okay, and he's evidential, right? So I have a gentleman here, it's fatherly love, maybe grandfather, okay, and he's actually wearing like a plaid shirt. No, wait, first I'm gonna describe what he looks like. So he's a little bit taller, a little bit heavier, not too heavy though, quite tall, okay, and his hair, he's thinning at the top, but it's flat or it's combed over, I'm not sure, I can't tell. It's like a silverish gray, and he has these glasses that remind me of the 80s. I don't know why. It's just like blast from the past 80s. They're larger old glasses, okay? And he's so happy about wearing the same shirts as you guys. Like it's like a thing. Like it's like he's so excited to be, you know, part of you, like part of your family, right? He also shows himself with, I don't know if he was a drinker or a smoker, but he shows himself with that. And in my mind, that makes me think that he enjoyed partying. He enjoyed being around people and, you know, not necessarily taking the light from everyone or the spotlight from anyone, but making people laugh and enjoying time, not necessarily partying all night, but in anything that he did. And I think that that's what the message is. He wants you to do that. He wants you to bring that light because he knows you have it inside, and he wants you to show it, to shine it on everyone around you, and always, you know, smile and be. Sorry, I'm just like my legs are shaking right now. So he's like, okay, so let's just zone back in. Okay, so that's the message. He wants you to just be like. He knows you have it inside you to just be that light and like that fun and like that laughter and just bring that out. He thinks that that's going to help with stress relief for you, and it will release burdens, right? Like any kind of stress that you feel or overwhelmness in any situation, that'll lift that off, right? Like if you just laugh about it, right? So he'll leave that with you and say, God bless.
Dolores, may I come to you?
Every time she stands beside me, they.
Leave them. That's okay, because I don't usually get a lot, so you're my helper.
Okay.
Okay, I have this older lady, great grandmother, okay? Beautiful, brightly colored dress, handsome looking woman, and she has this book in her hands and it's open. And she's saying, the more knowledge, the more you can give. So you need to start maybe reading more and sharing more and putting yourself out there, because you have a lot of knowledge to share with others, okay? And I'll leave her love with you and say God bless.
May I piggyback off of that? Reverend Dolores, my company. So yes, it's definitely a grandmother coming in. This book that is open in front of you, where you're looking for more knowledge and a much higher knowledge. I've never seen it or anything like that, but it looks, where this book and where you're standing, she's showing me, is in this gigantic library, and I want to call it an Akashic library. And you've been having dreams about like flipping through this book. She's telling me in those dreams, instead of being like amazed of what you're seeing around you, focus in on that book, and you are gonna find what you're looking for in those records, in your past lives. She's telling me you're looking for stuff through your past lives. I'm gonna step off of that and maybe come Thursday to a PLR. I gotta push that a little bit.
Didn't pay him to say that, just
But,
saying.
yes, you will find, she's saying, you will definitely find, the answers to your questions that you're asking. And leave her love with you, say God bless. It is a nice dress, by the way, that she's wearing. Very bright.
Sorry. What's your name?
Michael.
Oh, that's who I was going.
I love it.
Too bad.
I love how it works like this.
Okay, Michael, may I come to you?
Yes,
Okay. Michael, when I step into your energy, there's a gentleman. Actually, the gentleman was here from before while I was sitting there. I want to say father, I'm not 100% sure. So the way that he's presenting himself to me is he's wearing almost like a suit, like a businessman, very good with his mind, you know, money, not money, math, very good with math. You know, maybe he worked in that kind of field. So he's saying that you also have that kind of tendency, like you're good at, you know, little things like that, like not necessarily building things, but just like keeping things organized and stuff like that. So where I'm going with this is I feel this kind of like this heaviness on the chest, and it's related to grief that he felt, you know, before. He's not feeling that now, but when he felt that, and he was explaining that it's because he wasn't affectionate enough with whoever, you know, that was in his life. He didn't show that kind of affection that he wants to now, right? So he wants to remind you, he's here to remind you that when you are living in this life, to step outside of your comfort zone. So whatever that looks like, not necessarily saying you're not affectionate, but anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, kind of push to go into that direction, so that you don't don't have any regrets, okay? I'm gonna leave that with you and say God bless.
Oh, I'm hopping in on that one too. So I have the gentleman here that was here the last time I told you to go golfing. So he is in his shorts, and he's got they have like the iron grease in them, and he has a hat, and it's got like a little top on it, and he keeps like hitting it. It's like a little, it's almost like a little puff on top of a toque, you know what I'm talking about? But it's like a golf hat. And he goes, so you didn't go golfing?
Yeah.
He says, so you didn't go golfing? He says, and that's fine. He says, it might not have been for you, and that's fine. He says, but he's showing me you and your wife, you're in the car and you are driving somewhere. There's, the trees are changing. I can see the trees are changing. And he's telling you guys, you need to go for a drive. You need to go have a lunch at some little tiny cafe out in the middle of nowhere and spend time together, right? We need to spend some time together. We need to just be out and loving each other, spend time together, go out, take a drive, leave the stress of home at home when you go. Like, this is just for you two. Laugh, enjoy your time out. There's a lake you're supposed to go to. I don't know if there's like some place that you know of. It's quiet, it's very quiet. And it's just the you two, and you're like sitting at the lake. I can hear the loon going by. It's absolutely beautiful. And I will leave his love with you and say, get out on the lake. God bless.
Do the leg
We
thing.
should do messages for everybody. Janine, may I come to you? All right, I have a lady coming in. She's presenting herself as like quite young. I want to say early to mid 40s. She's telling me it's she's an aunt. About my height, very slim build, like very like pronounced cheekbones, facial shape, and wow, she's got something bizarre with her hair. Apparently she did some wild stuff with her hair. Family members, you know, even though they didn't say what did you do, in their minds was she knew, like, what did you do to your hair, kind of thing. And that was her thing. She loved kind of, you know, nudging family members, but not like saying it, just doing things that would kind of catch the family off guard. She's got she's got really, I don't want to say big, well, they are kind of big, beautiful, like deep brown eyes, almost black. Her eyes are so dark. She's telling me that you need to stop thinking things. You have like plans in place of where you want to be going. She's giving me examples of like your mediumship class, your healing. What more could you do in the church? What more can you do outside of the church, like with your life? You know, the last message I gave to Hans, you've been playing it through your head, wanting to know more. She's like, you don't need to know more. You don't need to know more. She's telling me, just let it go, because you can't make this. You can try and make things happen, but you know, there's a line that's stuck in my head, and I'll never forget it. You know, you want to make God laugh, make plans. She's like, just stop, because you're going to make these plans, and you've seen it happen in the past. You know, okay, I'm going to do this on this date, and this on this date, and then this is going to happen this date. It never happens, and it's just a repetitive thing. But things, they do pan out, not the way you expected it. And she's telling me this is the way God works. If you're expecting to do something, it usually doesn't work that way, because it needs to come into your life as like surprise you. You know, so similar to Hans's message. She's saying, yeah, she's telling me, any of your concerns about money, throw it out the window. It may look like it now, but she's like, just leave it alone and you will see the money's just, you're gonna be surprised each time. It's gonna be like, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, look. And she's showing me like you with Hans saying, you know, look at what's happening here. Look at, you know, the financial situation. She's like, just stop worrying about it. You're worrying over nothing. She's showing me, that's a weird thing. She's showing me a moving truck, so I'm gonna take that as you are thinking of, you're happy with where you're at, but you're not really happy where you're at. So, she's telling me, yes, that move from where you're living now, she's like, don't worry, it's coming, and it's coming sooner than you think. And again, stop worrying about the money, because she's saying that's what's holding you back from that move. Just stop it, and you will see things a lot in the bigger picture. Like, wow, I was worried about nothing. So I'm gonna leave her love with you and say God bless. Keep going. Keep going.
Stephanie, may I come to you? Okay, so, Stephanie, when I step into your energy, there's a ton of people here, right? There's a ton of people here with you. You know that, right? You can hear them, you can feel them, I know you can. But your grandmother's here, and she wants to say that you've done so much stuff last year, so many projects that you've completed and that you've done, but there's more coming. Like you're still on the roll, you're always doing things, you know what I mean? But don't let that interfere. Like, you need to get some sprinkle it with a little bit of relaxed time, right? And a little bit of fun, you know? Because if she's worried that you're gonna get overwhelmed, okay? So that's what she's worried about, but she loves you and she's very proud of you. And she knows that you're capable, right? They all hear, they're praising you, they know you're capable, but they also wanna make sure that you sprinkle some fun in there. Okay, I'll leave that with you and say God bless.
Oh, Kayla, may I come to you?
Sure.
She's like, I knew it. As I step into your energy, I have a gentleman here. He's a little bit taller than me, and he's wearing some jeans and some sneakers, and he has on a dark colored shirt. His eyes are a little bit lighter. They're brown, but they're not like dark brown. They're like a light brown. And he told me, you're getting something at school. There's something big coming at school. He said, take the risk. He said it's gonna pay off big. So he's like, it's something that, he's like, it's gonna seem really, really daunting. It's gonna be like really big. He says, but don't downplay it, because you can do it. He says, he's like, you've got this. He's like, you've got everything. And this sadness that you're feeling, he said, he's like, it's valid and he's okay. And I'll leave his love with you and say God bless.
Yes, please.
What's your name?
Juanita.
Anita? Okay. I have a gentleman coming through, and I think it's the same. He's got the plaid shirt and the glasses, and he's telling me that it's time for you to take a vacation. He's showing me a beautiful beach, nice high-rise buildings. He says you've come through a lot, and it's time now for you to take some time for you and enjoy yourself. And I'll leave that with you and say God bless.
Not the same spirit I had. Would you better come to you?
Yes,
Because I was gonna go to Kayla. I went there, and then even it's of a different spirit. So, I have a gentleman coming through. Pretty close to my height. He's showing me himself as like very. I don't like using the word because it's so descriptive, but anyway, he's showing me himself almost emaciated, very pale. I want to say it's a partner that has passed just recently. I'm getting like, almost like I want to be coughing. He was I'm smelling cigarette smoke. So I'm gonna say it's a very heavy smoker, and this is what has happened. He's telling me that child on your lap is so much more blessed than you even know. This child here is gonna be growing up to be something far beyond than what you and mom really realize. And he's telling me you guys keep that bond together, keep that family bond together, because the overall family, he's telling me it will tighten back up. Right now, it's just kind of apart. Something had happened that kind of pushed the family apart. One side. It is going to come back together. But what you have right there with you right now, he's saying keep that bond strong, because that's what's going to help pull that family back in. That vacation, yeah, don't even worry about, how am I going to do this vacation, whatever. He's saying just do it, just take all of you, go on a vacation, because you all deserve it. You worked so hard for each other. But at the same time, you're not working hard for yourself. And she's not working hard for herself. You're always back and forth. Focus on yourselves as well. Okay? And I'm going to leave this over to you. Say God bless. We're almost there.
Lee, may I come to you? Were you going there?
No.
Okay. Lee, when I step into your energy, there's a lady here, a woman here, and I'm gonna say either very close friend or sister. Okay. I want to say, like, by the way she's presenting herself, I thought maybe she was slightly younger than you, but she's like, no, I'm older. So I'm not sure if she's doing that as a joke or not. I don't know. She's wearing all white, okay, a nice beautiful white dress. She has like blondish brown hair, and she's saying, like, you are very powerful, very, very powerful, but there's something holding you back, and I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say it actually out loud, and I need you to let that go. I need you to just let it go, okay, so that you can step into that power, and you can stand up here with us where you belong, okay, because you do belong there. You're worthy, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're educated, and you know what you want. Get it, take it, it's there for you. I'm gonna leave that with you and say God bless. Those are not even my words, okay?
Well, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, it was like, like, whoa.
I'm piggybacking off that too.
Like, I'm emotional.
She's literally standing like on your side here, and she's got her hand on the thing. And to me, she has her standing jeans on. She calls them her standing jeans because she can't sit in them, right?
I don't got a pair of those.
And she has on like boots, but they're black and they're suede. And she says to you, she says, "Why are you worried about having a man?"
Oh, damn.
She says, "Why?" She says, "Why?" She says,
Call you out.
She says, you don't need that. She says, "You've been doing it on your own for so long." She says, "Why?" She says, if you really want one. But she says, you don't need one. She says, you don't need one to stand on your 2 feet. She says, you've been doing it for so long. She says, you know who you are and what you, okay. So one of my favorite quotes is I know what I bring to the table, so it's fine for me when I eat alone, okay? She says to really, really think about that quote, and that it's not worth it's not worth settling, is her words, just to have somebody. She said, it's not worth it. She said, because you know what you bring to the table. She said, so you make sure that when you go to that table, that person brings just as much as you do. And I'll leave her with you and say, God bless.
Okay.
Get in there. Get in there, girl.
Maybe may I come to you? Okay. I have a great grandfather here, so tall, gray hair pulled back. He's in his kilt, black shoes with buckles, high socks, and I'm not good with the Gaelic, come on. I can watch English programs and I can decipher, but when I start watching programs from Scotland, oh God. He's going, Lassie, I'm always with you. And he comes through with much love, and he has a bouquet of Scotch thistles for you. And I'll leave that with you and say God bless.
Beautiful.
Can I go now?
Yes, you can go.
May I come to you? Finally, we got a spirit that comes. We're like, just one more to go.
No, me, I'm one.
I got you, don't worry, I got
I can't go.
I never
there
get
because
messages because
just
people are
because I
scared.
You can, but you probably reveal too much.
Yes. Okay, so I have a gentleman coming through. This guy's built. He carries himself like a tank. Not very tall. I'd say he's probably about 5'6", 5'7". But he's dressed in, I don't even know how to describe the clothes. It's like old world clothes is what I'm thinking. He's showing me like a stone kind of laneway, roadway with the buildings all along the side, and it reminds me of like old school England. Okay. He's telling me it's an uncle that you didn't know too much about. You knew of him. You might have met him a couple of times when you were younger. You've been having similar dreams. He's telling me of what he's showing me of like the old school England is what I'm. He's telling me that you need to take Michael, not the other way around. You need to take Michael to over to England. Show him some of the old world. You've been talking about it, about taking a trip. The reason he's showing you this stuff in your dreams, there's something that you're looking for. He's not telling me what it is. No, he's showing me a book. There's a particular book that you've been trying to track down. You can't track it down. You look everywhere trying to find this book. He's telling me you take that trip and you're gonna find that book. And you're just gonna stumble across it. It's gonna be like some old school bookstore kind of thing. You'll be like, wow, that is like so neat. And you're gonna just like walk in there and go, holy crap. All the years you've been searching for this thing, he's saying it's going to be that simple, but enjoy the time getting out there. He's telling me like you guys are having fun just kind of driving here, driving there, driving to the lake. You guys are having a good time. He's like, you haven't seen nothing yet. He's saying, get off of this continent and really see what's out there. And I'm gonna leave this over here and say God bless.
Can I piggyback off that? So I had this beautiful woman, she's got long hair, it's about here, and it's on the side here, it's braided, and she's wearing this dress, it's got flowers on it, and it's got even like little buttons on the side here, like, so like where the arms are nice and tight, and it's very long, it's to the floor, and it's got like a belt around it. And she has this cage, and there's this bird in this cage, and she's carrying this cage around, and she's telling me that you're the bird. And like, to let out, you gotta go out. So I guess that's what you're going, that you need to spread your wings and fly. You need to go out, you need to go on your little drives, you need to go on your trip. And she said, like, the bird, once the bird is out, she's singing. So I'm assuming that you're going to be happier once you go on this trip, that she's telling me that your heart is going to feel lighter. You'll be able to sing, is what the message that I'm getting. And I'll leave her love with you and say God bless.
No, I can't wait to see who's going to
May
rent
I
that.
come?
There we go.
No, you go.
We should all go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, I have your mother here.
Okay.
And she's showing me, she's in the kitchen, and she's cooking, and I can smell the smells. It smells so good. It smells really good. And she's saying that she didn't tell you enough, but you are a beautiful daughter, and that she misses you, but she's always around you and the children. And she comes through with a little gold box, and she said, when you open it, there'll be a surprise. Something's going to open up in your life. Okay? And I'll give that to you and say God bless.
Thank you.
I could like feel that love, like when you're, may I come to you?
Yes, yes.
When I step into your energy, Reverend Catherine, I have your aunt here, okay, and she's got her hair kind of up in this bun, and she has, you know, an apron on, and she was not an aunt to mess with, right? She was short, but she didn't mess around, you know what I mean? Very, very like tough love, you know what I mean? She did love, but she was very stern. I'm gonna use that word, okay? So she says there's something that's making you feel off, something that's bothering you. I don't know what it is because that's personal, right? So, or she's just not telling me, but it's something a little bit off, right? That's making you feel like that. And she's saying, why? Let it go. Look at the way the church has grown in the year. Look at all the work you've put in. Look at all, and this is, you're getting paid back for that, right? And all the lives that you've touched and all the people that you've helped and changed, you know, let that go. Wash it away, right? Spirit will come and heal that for you. Just let them. Okay? I'll leave that with you and say God bless.
Thank you.
Well, I'll piggyback off that.
I do lose that.
Yeah, no, she's saying that, okay, yeah, wow. I'm gonna say it a little bit nicer than you're saying it, okay? She's saying
I
that
chose different words too.
you've touched so many people, and the people that are falling away, we'll say that are falling away, they are not meant to be here. You touch them for their time that they were supposed to be here, and that is it. And that's it. Right. We're not all supposed to be here forever, right? We change and we grow, and people are going to fall away, and new people are going to fill that void. So don't stress too hardly on the ones that leave, because there are going to be more people coming in, and those people are going to more resonate with your vibration.
Cool, thank you for listening.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh!
Get up here.
So Kathy, because all what you have said, I keep picking it up as soon as you say it. But there's a motherly figure, but she wasn't like you. She was a bit shorter, but she was very petite. Yeah. But however, she's saying she's tired sometimes. And the reason why she's tired, you're not listening to her.
I never did.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was not
I can
gonna
vouch
say
for
it.
that.
Yep.
And she said what she wants you to do with everything that you said, it's affecting your respiratory system and your lungs. Can I say?
Yeah, stop smoking, yes, yeah.
No,
No.
not only that. That's part of it. But he's saying you're afraid sometimes to see the doctor. And sometimes you should see the doctor, but there's a special cleansing that could happen to your lungs, and it's more herbal, but you have to see the doctor first. And that herbal doctor is coming in. And your mother was a herbalist. Or, no, it was your aunt, not your mother. It was the aunt that you picked up. And you want you to do a cleansing of your lungs from the herbals. And I leave that.
Thank you.
I can help you with that.
There's your herbalist.
Can I reach out to Lorraine for our talk today?
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and if I tell everybody here, I went into the kitchen at my home, and I didn't feel like washing up the dishes. I thought the young guys should do it, so I turned around and I bounced the glasses down and cut me. And then I was nurturing my hand for the day. But I called my brother the night before. I'm a twin. why I said that to you. And I called my brother the night before and I says, you're drinking too much. And if you drink and sleep, it could create a problem. And that was it. He bypassed me. Yeah. Yesterday, I got a call from his girlfriend. He's a big businessman. He said, don't tell me, because you know. He met in an accident. He slept late in a party. And he met in an accident. The car is a write-off. But he survived. So he walked out. And that was yesterday. And it's the same time I cut my hand, the same time he met in the accident. That's my twin. So when you read that thing, I said, even if I take a photograph, I want to send that to him. So after, okay, so thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I have never seen you speak the way you spoke today and give messages the way you gave messages today. You did an incredible job. You really, really did. That was the best talk I've ever seen you
Do
give.
it with people here.
No, you
I'm
know-
by myself.
Yes, you can.
No, that's what I have to start telling myself.
No, you need to start telling yourself that you can.
I can do it, yeah.
You did.
We can do it. We can
It's a
do
little
anything.
internet did, not good.
Amazing work. Amazing work, guys.
Thank you. We have
Thank
now
you.
come to the end of our service. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our speaker, Lorraine Morton, our spiritual healers, our collections person, and any who helped in any way. And all of you for joining us this afternoon. Please come and visit us again. After our closing prayer, we will sing our closing song, which is in the back of our songbook, God Be With You. I now call on Katie to say our closing prayer.
Great God of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to share the wisdom of your mission. Let each of our actions bear love in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom and to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny and bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Let us not be seduced by that which would divert us from the true purpose, but to illuminate loving opportunities of the present moment. Divine Spirit, as we depart here today, guide all safely home to our loved ones until we meet again, where we left your love and care. Amen.
Amen.
Now let's sing our song on our closing book, God Be With You, located on the back of our songbook. God be with you till we meet again. By his counsel's guide uphold you. In his arms securely fold you. God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet where loved ones greet. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet again. God bless you all and have a safe drive home. Oh, thank you.